what you talking about. Let's do something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less.
I'm a gentleman, baby, and a dog with a bite. I just wanna nibble on your night. So sentimental when I step in the middle. When I do a little dance till it turns daylight. So jump, in a moment. Margella got me feeling iconic. And if you can't groove, she don't want it. Great sex, say less.
Baby, what you talking about? Let's do something else with that. That's what she said. She said, say less. Say less. 'Cause you already got me, baby. Say less. Say less. Talking's only slowing us down. Say less.
Stop the moment you walking. You rest your head still talking.
We are sandwiched between Fort Worth and Dallas, Texas, and Arlington at the luxurious AT&T Stadium. Who will punch the fourth and final ticket to the conference championship round? We'll know soon enough as we are underway here on a January afternoon. And this opening dynamic kickoff not going to be returned. It'll come out to the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Two and a throw right away. And his first pass here is going to fall incomplete.
It's zone defense right away here defensively, and I know that these linebackers and DBs are going to be tested throughout. They passed the first test, though. This one falls incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. That two is going to change things up. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jackson. And he will have a Cowboys first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Looking to pass. Tua. Packer pressure, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack.
Well, he was really focused downfield, but there was really no viable options. The coverage was too good.
And the defense really quickened the tempo of that play with their pass rush because there was nowhere for him to go with the football. The only place he ended up, down on the ground.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That's good for a first down, his 2nd catch of the opening drive.
Tua sets up to pass it.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe.
A loss of 3 on the sack made by multiple defenders. Now make that a second sack here on their first drive out defensively. And not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
Well, they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20.
The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. All right, Charles, let me put you in the head of one of those defenders out there. You have a big play like that go against you so early. What does that shake your confidence?
It shouldn't, but it often does, because your thought process all during the week is how you're going to get after that offense and make your plays. And when they make one against you, it makes you a little bit hesitant.
Time to regroup. Right back to Cook for another completion. So
here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down.
well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher. That's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical. They've been crisp. And as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
Scoring first, so critical in the postseason. They've got it here, 1st and goal. Dobbins will take this into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he knows as well, his teammates airing it out made this a successful drive.
Lutz good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
Down the left sideline. And he will step out of bounds here inside the 30. 41 yards for him already. An excellent drive to kick off this divisional round matchup. That might be an understatement.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 as they're down to the 29-yard line. He'll drop to throw.
He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after a gain of 5.
Second and 5.
And he's going to go down here. A sack. They push him back to the 34. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
A tough spot here. 3rd and 15.
They'll bring the tight end in motion right. They'll look to throw here.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Cowboys are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line.
He's had a fantastic rookie season, made a lot of lovely throws, but that wasn't one of them.
Well, we got to give him one, don't we? I mean, with the year he's having, a lot easier for he and his teammates to accept that throw because for the most part, what they've seen, it's been pretty sensational.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
Well, just 2 series in here, Charles, but everything's gone to script so far. They got a touchdown on their first drive. Their
He's got him in. Complete.
Look at the big fella go.
Touchdown, Cowboys. A great play there. 76 yards.
And the Cowboys are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Lutz with the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable 2nd down.
Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll get up near the 45. They'll spot it at the 44. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. The Packers with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. And a big loss here as he's taken down. After the sack, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. He'll look to throw.
That's caught. Puka Nacua.
As long as you go through your proper reads and progressions, the drag route can be one of those old reliable plays because usually it's good for a good chunk of yardage as we just saw there.
And those guys like it, right? They can get the ball with a full head of steam.
Especially against man coverage. Because man coverage, they're typically running away from someone and not worried about traffic coming out on the other end.
The 1st-round pick looking comfortable in this offense. 1st down.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Now a handoff as they run left side.
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 56 yards rushing for him now in his first 2 carries in the ball game.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He's got a man on the crossing route. That's Moore. 2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
That's a great run right there on first down. Didn't quite get into the end zone, but now you've set yourself up for at least 2, maybe 3 more shots from close range.
2nd and goal from the 1. They'll set up to throw. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7.
Jacob Phillips, the outside linebacker, dropping him for a loss of 6.
This is 3rd and goal now. 80,000 on their feet here in Arlington. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And it's a Packers touchdown. A 7-yard touchdown ground.
And the Packers have got it back to within a score.
Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that'll make our score 14-7.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And into the end zone. It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. McLaughlin now to add the PAT. And we've got a good one brewing. We're all knotted up at 14. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Tagovailoa trying again after the pick 6. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Pitch and catch to Wilson. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
For many teams, the evaluation of tight ends has really changed. We used to wonder about how they would block first and foremost. Now we want to know how these guys can run, because we envision them in offenses catch the ball. How much yardage can they gain after that?
And that on display there for a good pickup. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Cook up the gut. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
Going to the air, Tagovailoa.
And that'll be caught by Tony.
And, oh, he takes a shot at the end of that play.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Here's 2nd and 7.
Tua going to throw. He gets it complete to Jackson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 23 yards the pickup there.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Tagovailoa working out of the gun. Got his tight end. That's complete. That's Wilson. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Well, he made that catch knowing full well that at the end of it, he's going to catch a pretty good lick.
I guess if there's anyone on this team that can absorb a pop, it's him. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
This now a 3rd and 4.
Here's Tua. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line.
George Karlaftis
Drops him for a loss of 10, and it's going to be 4th and long. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This from 32 yards away. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. The kick by Lutz is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. A trip to the NFC title game hanging in the balance. Second half action back underway. And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway.
Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd down and 4. They'll set up a throw. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Well, a tough situation to overcome here. 3rd and 17. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back. Complete. And he'll get to the 29-yard line. Brought down there. That one good for only 6, and it leaves him with a 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
And this is caught. He hits more. And they will touch him down, but not before he gets the 1st. From the gun, they'll try to run it. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 78 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night.
We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Down inside the 10. And they will score. It's a Packer touchdown. Xavier Worthy. An 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Packers have taken the lead as they go right down the field and score on the opening drive of the 2nd half. Extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And they'll be working from behind now following the touchdown a moment ago on the opening drive of the half.
I think the guys right now, as they go out on offense, they're zeroing in on one big key. They don't have to do anything differently just because they're down on the scoreboard now. The intent, still the same in what they plan to do on offense.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Now Tua. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Over the middle, he's got Watkins. Give him 19 on the play, but they will still come up a bit short. And now it's 4th down.
I think that we all figured when he caught it that short of the marker that the defense almost relaxed and said, we got this covered. And then all of a sudden, space to run after the catch. And now they're screaming, somebody get him down. Fortunately, they got to him and forced the 4th down.
Tua on 4th down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he'll take this all the way down to the 15-yard line. Fourth down conversion plays, you usually think 1, 2, 3 yards, maybe 10. Not there. What a huge pickup as the Sticks make a drastic shift forward. Throwing now is Tagovailoa. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. From the gun, it's Tua. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll be out of bounds about a half to a full yard shy of the 5. They get 16 out of that one, but they'll still need to convert on third. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
Tua with a quick throw, caught out wide. So that'll be no better than an incompletion, and that'll set up 2nd and goal. 1 quarter remains for a trip to the NFC title game. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
Well, as far as plays go, there's nothing to write home about on that one because that one gets some negative yardage. But if you do want to find a positive, he found a way to get out of bounds and stop the clock.
A big one coming in this divisional round playoff, 3rd and goal. Looking to pass. Tua. Touchdown, Cowboys.
Close Watkins.
A 7-yard touchdown grab.
And the Cowboys answer back with a touchdown of their own to take a 4th quarter lead.
Lutz good on the extra point, and that gives them a 3-point lead. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. About set to get this drive started. The Green Bay offense at the line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
And some play callers, when they go into games, they don't mind calling a lot of screens, and they don't care what down. They were maybe 1 block away from really having something there to start this drive. Good job defensively to cut through the blockers and make the tackle on the screen, or that could have gone for maybe 15 or 20 yards.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A gain there of 30 big ones.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Xavier McKinney able to drop in that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
It has been a rough afternoon for him trying to get rid of the football. See, that's now 5 sacks.
How'd you like to be the offensive coordinator, the offensive line coach trying to come up with an answer for this pass rush? What blocking assignments do you change? Can guys play a little bit better? And we're seeing the end result on the scoreboard. Long day in the pocket for their quarterback.
They'll go with a touch pass here, trying to pick it up.
It's a gain of 11, but they're still well short. It's 4th down. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. From the left hash, it's an even 50-yard attempt. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And in the 4th quarter, this game is tied.
So they hadn't called on him at all until this point, but he comes through here and buries one from long range.
Yeah, that's awfully impressive because usually kickers like to get that first one out of their system in the 1st quarter, sort of get them into the flow of the game, but to come in this late and knock it down from long distance, give him a lot of credit.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
And as a fan of the NFL, not much more you could hope for in this divisional round matchup. Tie game, 4th quarter. A lot of these fans with their hearts in their throats waiting to see what happens here.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run, and that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
They run again on 1st down. Cook. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Good yardage there on 1st down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making 1st downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your 2nd down play.
Here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Cook again.
And he'll get it down to the 47 here.
2nd and 1 and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
Getting down to the good stuff. All tied with 2 minutes remaining on EA Sports.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Throwing Tua. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
I guess you can't be afraid to take those chances late in the game. He tried to fit that one in there. Nice job, though, defensively.
But to your point, it was a nice job of knocking the ball away. But you're also right. You can't be afraid to take those chances. That means your guys going downfield to catch the ball, they've got to elevate their game and come down with these in order to keep your offense moving.
Now Tua.
Quick hitter here. It's complete.
It's going to be a nice pickup, but he also takes a pretty good lick at the end of that one.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Here's Tua.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And he will have the 1st down as they get into the ground at the 37. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Tua. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins.
The Packers going to use one of their timeouts. As the clock will stop with 55 seconds remaining in the football game.
Inside a minute to go. Here's 2nd and 10 now. Now two are going to change the play. Tua to throw. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. And if you have a big-time pass rusher, send him after the quarterback and then make sure you blanket the field.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds.
How about a nod to the sequence of plays they're putting together here? This has been death by 1,000 paper cuts on this drive. But this is one of their best plays yet, and they're able to move it down into the red zone.
All 3 timeouts still at their disposal. Here's 1st and 10 now. They go back to the ground with Dobbins.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
All right, my man, this is now where it's risk-reward because on defense, you've got to crowd the line of scrimmage. You've got to get in all the gaps, get up tight on everyone, and try and force the field goal attempt here. You can't let them break one big, but you know something, when you crowd the line of scrimmage, if they do pop one, it's going to go.
Yeah, I was going to take it to the house, but the magnitude of this possible upcoming field goal, every yard counts. Now the Packers going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Playoff lives at stake. Boy, this is a big one. 3rd down.
They'll try the middle with Cook. And he will have the 1st down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
And we are set for a great finish as that timeout comes in with 2 seconds to go in this football game. So it all rests now on the right leg of Will Lutz. And he got it. The kick is good. He splits the uprights. And in doing so, he sends them to the NFC title game.
And the Cowboys will advance to the next round as we say thanks for watching and so long, everybody.
So that'll do it for my partner, Charles Davis, and the best darn crew in the industry. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. It's a win for the Cowboys as we sign off and say so long from Arlington.
broken glass of a bottle makes a Jagger rock. Right now I got two shaky hands, only one way to stop. And I haven't touched it for 7 hours, 3 minutes. Hardly up, already wanna quit quitting. Sweating in an old church basement, wishing I was. Never thought I'd say this.
Hello, my name's Jason.
And I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. And I've been standing in the rain just trying to stay. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man who was 20 years. He said everybody here felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on. The broken man in the mirror can't look at me 'cause he's guilty. And I swear that the last couple months that tried to kill me. By the time I saw it coming, it was done with already. It's hard to run from it when it runs in the family. A problem with 1,000 more it's causing. Damn, it's exhausting. This is why I walked in.
Thanks for letting me share, y'all.
And I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. And I've been standing in the rain just trying to stay. I was so ashamed to be in this seat till I met a man who was 20 years. He said everybody here's felt the same defeat. Nobody walks through these doors on a winning streak. I'm tired of being broken. I'm sick of feeling hopeless. Way down here at my lowest. At the end of my road, at the end of my road. So what do I do? So what do I do? What do I do? And I've been losing myself, I've been losing my mind. And I've been standing in the rain just trying to stay. I was so